Same side who won on the road at Stevenage. 4-3-3 is the formation. In goal, Vaclav Hladky. A back four of Tyler Golden at right back. Centre halves Ashley Eastham and Jordan Turnbull. And at left back, Ibu Toure. Midfield three of Jason Lowe on the right, Darren Gibson through the middle and Richie Towell out on the left. And the forward trio on the right, Ash Hunter, James Wilson out on the left, and through the centre, Ian Henderson. No Vaughan today for Tranmere.
Yeah, it's certainly a huge boost for Salford and a huge loss for Tranmere. 4 goals in his last 2 games.
In comes a long throw from the right-hand side, and Hladky comfortably rises above the head of Darren Gibson to claim, and it's a quick throw out to this right-hand side where Richie Towell will pick up his head and look to progress play forward. Sporting a bit of a headband today, Richie Towell. Here's the ball forward into the channel for James Wilson, who might be able to deliver a low ball into the box. He does. It's an early chance for the Ammies, and it's an early goal for the Ammies. And it's Richie Towell who raises his arms in celebration. It was deflected, it was out of the reach of Joe Murphy, and just like last week against Stevenage, Salford off to a hot start.
What a fantastic start, as you mentioned, from Salford. Great work from Richie Towell on this right-hand side, and Wilson getting in behind as well. I always say, when Salford play at home, it's huge for them to get off to a quick start. It's huge for them to especially get a goal so early on in the game, as home form is something typically that they do struggle with. There's not been too many goals in Tranmere's games thus far. But what a fantastic start for Richie Towell and Salford early on here at the Peninsula today. Young Tyler Golden taking the throw in, another start for him. It's huge early on in his Salford career. He's done very well, in my opinion, since starting and since being given the opportunity from Graham Alexander.
Just his second EFL appearance. His first came last week. He's 21 next month, Tyler Golden. Meanwhile, Salford have it on the far right-hand side, and Murphy has to be alert as the cross almost turned into a shot, and he had to beat it away. Manny Mont in possession of the ball now for Tranmere, trying to muscle off Golden, and instead a Tranmere man goes tumbling, and Salford have the free kick. Meanwhile, it's a Tranmere corner as the Ammies look to defend this one. Month is the target in the penalty area. It's a strong header at the back post, and still Tranmere have the ball at feet, and Darren Gibson steps in brilliantly to bring the play away from the penalty area. Smart ball in field, and this is good one-touch football from the Ammies as they try to progress the ball forward from a corner. It's Jason Lowe on this right-hand side, perhaps an opportunity to cross. It's Lowe across the penalty area. Here's Towell, who's eyeing up a second, and it's over the crossbar and smashes into the dirty old town flag behind the goal.
Tranmere usually plenty of consistency. Usually the back four of O'Connor, Clark, Mont and Ridehouse see almost every game out. With the amount of changes they've made today, you wonder how that will affect them.
Here's Towell on the edge of the penalty area for Salford City. Now it's Wilson, and it's an absolute screamer! What a finish from James Wilson. He moved it onto his left foot, looked up and found the space, and also found the far corner. And it's a double for the Ammies here early doors at the Peninsula. What a goal from Wilson.
But it was sublime from the centre forward, and what a dream start for Salford. We mentioned only moments ago how well he started in his playmaking role and feeding other people. Cutbacks obviously assisted the first goal for Richie Towell, but that one was all him, and what a super finish from the centre forward, and what has represented a great few games for him now.
Certainly he's been hammering down the last 2 or 3 days, but dry, and the pitch was watered before the game to allow the ball to move more slickly across the ground. Here's a ball towards the penalty area. It's in the box for Salford City. Good footwork from Wilson, but he couldn't quite get the ball to land at his feet. And here's Hladky, who has to come out of his penalty area to deal with the long ball over the top because Turnbull was treading water a little bit. In the end, Salford do manage to clear the danger. That's on this far right hand side with Burton for Tranmere. In field to Jay Spearing. There's a strike on goal, and it's wide from Paul Lewis. Unfortunate for Desiree. Free kick taken by Tranmere. Now it's Lewis with his back to goal on the edge of the 18-yard box for Tranmere Rovers. Swung into the penalty area. Here's Otis Khan on the backside of the penalty area. It's a really strong challenge from Tyler Golden, and it had to be met because it was inside the penalty area.
Yeah, it looked dangerous for a moment. Tranmere finally getting the ball down and picking out some accurate passes in and around the box, but Tyler Golden, to add to the good game he's had already, puts in a fantastic challenge, sends it out for a Tranmere corner. Really well managed by Tyler Golden there.
In it comes from Tranmere Rovers towards the middle of the penalty area, and it's bouncing around, and Manny Mont goes for the overhead kick, and in the end it's over the crossbar. It'll be Easton to take the throw for the Ammies. Gets the return from Alex Denny, and forward it goes, and here's Denny again. He picks a nice pass for Touré. He finds Hunter in a pocket of space. Think about shooting Hunter, who got into the penalty area, he fires it with his left boot, and it's beaten away by Joe Murphy. And Tranmere come away with it now with Morris, but he's slipped. Well, Tranmere in possession now with Morris, who is clipped and gets the free kick. Salford City with every single player back defending on the edge of the 18-yard box. In comes the corner, swung in, and there's a chance for a header, and it's straight at Vaclav Hladky. And it's a really good opportunity at the back post. And it was Mark Ellis who was arriving for Tranmere Rovers, but couldn't get past the brick wall of Vaclav Hladky. A huge back to Manny Mont, and here's Jay Spearing now in the middle for Tranmere Rovers. Here's Morris, who's had plenty of touches and will try and pull the trigger, and he does so in spectacular fashion. And that might be a lifeline back into this game for Tranmere Rovers. Well, he slipped as he took the strike, but it didn't matter. It flew into the top corner, and Morris has given Tranmere something to hold on to here at the Peninsula.
Well, I think he's just taken James Wilson's honour of goal of the game. It's a fantastic strike from the midfielder. Salford just lost their composure, as you mentioned, for a couple of moments there. They need to stay compact, they need to stay composed as well. In the remaining stages of this game, they can't allow themselves to start getting nervous or wasting balls.
Ball through from Ellis, appeals for a handball in the penalty area. The ball is bouncing around, it's loose, it's a shot on goal, and it's deflected in! And exactly what the Ammies didn't want to happen has happened. Tranmere Rovers have grabbed an equaliser, and it's Paul Lewis who's got it. Hladky is furious, and Graham Alexander will be so frustrated on the touchline. As the scores are now level, Tranmere Rovers have equalised. It's Salford 2, Tranmere 2. And you certainly feel like if there is any momentum now, it might be Salford City's, as Tranmere Rovers don't want to pull the hand once again, and they won't do, because there is the full-time whistle from referee Sam Allison. And the Ammies, hands on hips, all around for these players, because the hard work they did in the first half undone late on by a Tranmere Rovers equaliser.